In this video, I'm going to tell you a story of something that happened to me this past weekend. And as soon as it happened, I was like, the YouTube folks, I got to tell them. I got to tell them what happened because this is a perfect example of something that you just have to shield your couples, your clients, whoever it is from. Where to draw the line, when to say no more, when to turn on a vendor. It's all coming up right now. As a DJ, and we're really talking weddings, but this kind of does bleed into everything else too. If you're a good vendor, you are going to put your clients' needs way ahead of yours. They're top priority. Priority number one. Bam. That's what has to happen first. And then everything else falls underneath it, right? So in the world of weddings, as a DJ, I've said it 1,000 times on this channel. You are the bouncer for the vibe. Anything that comes in that might mess with that vibe stops right here with you because nothing happens before you. You're the last thing before production, before hitting the board, before hitting the microphone. So you're the one to soak up all of the BS that might kill the vibe. And then anything coming out of you is just a ray of sunshine, energy, positive, light. Let's go, right? That's a tough thing to do. But there's other ways where you can also be a bouncer and basically look out for the bride and groom. And this is right now something that I think will win you over so many warm leads. And what I mean by warm leads is like people who watch you do this at this wedding and be like, oh, yeah, hey, babe, when we get married, I want him. I want that guy. That's what I mean. And then a year later, they go and figure out who you were. They call that couple and say, who is that DJ? I want him. That happened to me also this week. Somebody who saw me at a wedding a year ago said, we knew when we saw you a year ago, we needed to have you. So literally, I'm telling you, you can win over just people that are at the wedding by really showing that you care about the bride and groom first above all else. So here's what happened. Let's just get right into it. The photographer was like a Craigslist photographer. Now, there's nothing against photographers. I love them. They do a great job for the most part, just like any vendor. But a shitty one, well, now we're in for a rough night. And I'm going to have to be correcting mistakes all night. And, you know, same thing for a bad DJ. You're going to be correcting the DJ all night. It sucks. They do stupid things like start the toast when the poor photographer is stuck in the bathroom. So it goes both ways. Anybody who's bad at their job, the rest of us are all going to pick up the slack. And what ended up happening is if you're a vendor at one of your clients' weddings and you notice that another vendor is really actually starting to piss off the couple, not only the wedding party, maybe even the family, but once it gets to the couple and you know the couple is starting to get annoyed, that's where we draw the line. It's too far and it's time for you to step in. Now, you got to be careful. This is nuanced because you could really get into some trouble. You don't want to start a fight here. But I'm just going to tell you what happened to me so you can take it from my story and then just do it the best way in your own personality. For me, I have no problem telling people that things need to happen. Let's go. And the coordinator for the night was really good at telling people all the things that they wanted to hear when things were going well. But she even said it to me. I'm no good at being the bad guy. Is there any way that you might go handle this? I said, yep, no problem at all. And, you know, some DJs might be like, well, it's not my job. It's their job. Well, whatever, man. Like, it's your job to make this happen. And if, unfortunately, the coordinator is not really equipped to do it, this is where you need to step in, okay? And so the bride and groom, we did an hour of cocktail hour, okay? We're in a barn. It's June, and we're in Northern Virginia, right under D.C. They call it the swamp for a reason. It's humid. It's hot, okay? It's not terrible, but there's no air conditioning. We're all in a barn. Cocktail hour barn. The bar is outside the barn, so you got to go out in the sun, go get a drink, stand in line while you're in the sun, come back and sit in the barn where there's no air conditioning, okay? Just repeating that. And we did this for an hour of cocktail hour. We sat outside for a ceremony. I'm just getting you in the mindset of everyone. You got to understand this. We're outside in the beating sun for the ceremony, 15 minutes before, and then half an hour for the ceremony, then an hour for cocktail hour. That's an hour and a half, really an hour and 45 minutes that everyone's just been sitting outside, film of sweat sort of on their face, right? Well, same for the poor bride and groom and the wedding party. They're getting hot too, right? They're all taking pictures now while we're doing cocktail hour. Well, the photographer takes them off, and it's about an hour and 10 now, and 10 minutes after the cocktail hour, I've already told everybody, hey, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and take your seats. The seating chart's right here. Find your tables. Let me know if you need any help. We're going to have some fun. Looks like they're wrapping up photos here in just a minute. Bride and groom are coming in hot. I'm getting everybody ready, right? And man, an hour and 10. Everyone's just kind of sitting down. No one's like milling around because we're all hot as shit. And they're just sitting there an hour and 15, hour and 20. I can see out the window the bride and groom still getting posed by these two photographers. And like an hour and 25, an hour and 30 minutes, literally an extra 30 minutes goes by. And I have already at this point said, folks, I can see them. I can see them right there. And it really does look like they're wrapping up. When they get in here, I want big energy for everyone because they've been out in the heat. They're out there. I know it's hot, but I want everybody loud and proud when they get in here, okay? Like I prepped this crowd awesome. And I'm noticing like this has no end in sight. And the coordinator comes up to me and I'm like close. I'm friends with this coordinator at this point. I've been to this place so many times. And she works for the venue. And I'm just like, hey, what's going on over there? And she's like, I can't. I've kind of like told them, like, let's go. Like, I've given them the, and I said, well, somebody's got to put an end to this. And she goes, I'm so bad at being the bad guy. Oh, my God. I said, don't even worry about it. I'll take care of it. And so I said, go. I just walked straight out. Now, in my mind, in this moment, this is an opportunity for me. Not only, I'm going to be selfish here, okay? Just straight up. Transparent. I'm going to be selfish here. Yes, I'm being the bouncer for the bride and groom, but also I'm recognizing in that action, I can actually get some points with the bride and groom, and I can win over the wedding party here. So this is actually kind of a good thing for me. Even though the photographer's screwing up for everyone, I'm going to be the savior here, and I'm going to come across looking at as like the guy who saved everything. We don't want to be an asshole. I want to say that loud and proud. But when you're half an hour late, the catering is like ready to go out. Like the food's ready, dude. Things have to happen. And it wasn't even like we were doing first dance and some toasts and stuff. All we were doing was the entrances and then open up the buffet. Like I needed them for like 30 seconds just to kick this party off. And then she could have taken the bride and groom out for another half an hour. Didn't matter. But they're amateur hour, Craigslist photographers I found out, and they were just hired and whatever. So, okay, well, who's going to stand up for the bride and groom? My God, everyone's in here. They're miserable. We're so hot. We're hungry. Let's freaking go already, right? That's sort of the vibe that's kind of starting to happen. And if you don't do something, this wedding is going to go downhill real fast. So you can be the savior here. And that's what I mean by being selfish. Like I noticed like, oh, okay, I'm going to actually save the day. Fine. If it's got to be me, at least I get to be the hero. And I'll walk outside. And they're out and they're posing them. And I'm talking to the court. I'm like, are the bride and groom like over it? Or are they having fun with these pictures? And she's like, no, they are so over it. They're like making eyes at me and we're making eyes at the photographer and they just won't stop. I said, okay, loud and proud, or loud and clear. And then I went over to like where the wedding party was like hanging out. And I looked at them. I said, hey, are you guys ready to go? About ready to get started? And they were like, yes. Like every single one of them, all 8 or 9 of them were like, yes, dude, my God. So at this point, I know, okay, it's not just me that feels like this thing's dragging. It's obviously half an hour past. Catering's freaking out in the back. Coordinator wants me to get this over. So I just walked out to the bride and groom while the photographers are all out doing them stuff. And I actually just like walked kind of like right into the shot and like as if it didn't matter anymore. And I just said, hey, guys, how's it going? It's time for dinner. If we can get you guys on your way. I think it's ready to go. I can't even, I'm all worked up now. Hey, you guys, how's it going? It's ready. It's time for dinner. If we can get you on your way back here, that'd be awesome. And the photographer's like, oh, okay, hi, okay, 5 more minutes. And I said, no, unfortunately, we're out of time. We need you guys on your way back, if that's all right. And she goes, and the bride and groom are like, awesome, okay. And then the photographer's like, okay, 2 minutes. And I just go, 1 would be great. And I just kept walking and come on, guys, to the wedding party. And they started cracking up because she's like, okay, 2 minutes. And I just went, 1 would be great. And I just kept walking with the wedding party and just had them over here. Come on, guys, let's get you all lined up. Somebody had to do it, okay? And I wasn't an asshole. Like, let's go. You're holding everybody up. I'm not trying to have those vibes. It's just, hey, everyone, time to go. Nope, time's up. Sorry. 5 minutes? No, unfortunately, we're out of time. 2 minutes? Hey, 1 would be great. Sorry, we're out of time. And that's it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. But just that, literally the next words out of the wedding party, I said, as I sort of led them to go get lined up, I heard them behind me. This guy's fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I love this DJ. Now, I would never throw another vendor under the bus, but dude, when you're ruining the night, at some point, it's gone too far. It's gone too far. It's time to say no more. We got to stand up for the bride and groom. Somebody has to do it. Otherwise, they're just going to get whisked around all day. And what ended up happening, they were so grateful. They hugged me, literally, when they had a moment with me afterwards. Thank you so much. We're so hot. Oh my God, we just wanted to come in and start the party. Thank you so much. people are nice. They don't want to tell the photographer, no, we're good. They don't know any better. Nobody's been to a wedding before when they were getting married. For the most part, it's their first time doing it. So they don't have the know-how to be like, hey, we're good. Thank you so much. They don't realize, hey, this photographer's working with you. Like, if you're done with it, just be like, hey, we're good. Thank you. And just start walking away. Like, you're their boss. But people don't understand that. And it's hard for some people to do that. So sometimes you have to do that. And I did do that. And I won everybody over. And everybody's fine. And I was still nice to the photographers. And they came in and I just acted like nothing was wrong. I was just like, hey guys, how'd it go? You get all the shots? Sounds good. Food's going to be out here. I'll make sure that we don't do anything before you get back in the room. So go ahead. I know it was so hot out there. Take your time. Sit upstairs if you want. Go get some air. Whatever you need. Just get some. You guys, you earned it. Go get a break. I just moved past it like it wasn't a thing. Instead of being like, guys, what the hell? We're 30 minutes behind. How the hell am I going to make up all this time? No, there's no point of doing any of that. Just take control of the situation, move forward. You're in control. The coordinator gave you that right to be in control. Awesome. Then somebody's got to do it. Okay. And then literally we eat food and then we do toasts and we open up the dance floor and the freaking photographer is like, okay, guys, come here. Let's do sunset photos. She takes them outside for like 30 minutes to do sunset photos while I'm out here rocking the first 30 minutes of the dance floor. And the coordinator came up to me and she's like, oh my God, they just blasted the photographer. I was like, what? What do you mean? She was like, they just told her. Like, they eventually said, hey, enough. We are done. We just want to party with our friends. We are done. Thank you so much. We've had so many photos. Just get us with our friends now. From here on out, we're done. Like, they had it. Everybody has a breaking point. And it's our job as a quality DJ to make sure that our brides and grooms never get there, right? But some vendors, when these couples, they don't know any better. And there's a lot of money that goes into this stuff. And they end up getting a sour egg for one of the vendors. That's okay. It's our job to fix it. And that's how I think you can do it. I want you to just have the confidence to step in and really take over a situation and know that it's okay to do it. Don't be a dick. But, kind of. I mean, you can't just be like, hi, do you think we can move on, please? It's not a question. This is happening. This is how it is. You're definitive. You're not an asshole. You're smiling and you're moving on. And that's just how it is. Train's leaving, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, 2 more minutes? No, I'm sorry. Train's leaving. 1 minute if you can. We're like, it's on the way out. Like, how would a conductor be? What do you mean 5 more minutes? The plane is on. The door is closing. Are you coming or not? Like, that's kind of how it's got to be. I don't know if you can pull that off. I hope that you can. There's probably a way that you can do it differently than I can. That sort of fits my personality to then go and snap right back into being like, hey, everybody, all right, we good to go? Let's do this thing. Who wants to take requests? But, dude, you can't have it. Because then if you let it go too far, now the bride and groom are pissed off for another reason, but it's going to trickle into the rest of the night. And they only get one chance at this. Don't let it happen. If you've got to be the bad guy, at least they won't have to be. And at least they won't have to deal with feeling like they've missed out on all this time at their wedding. It sucks. They would have missed so much more time if somebody didn't come and save them. And eventually they realized once I did it, oh wow, we can do that too. And they did that once sunset photos went for another freaking half an hour. Photographers. It's not just photographers, it's amateur vendors. I gotta catch myself because there are some really great photographers, videographers out there. And they're the ones that think about this. They're like, oh God, no, we are absolutely too late. It's 10 minutes past. I'll get you guys later. Catering's got to get the food out. Like, most vendors understand that a lot goes into this and it's not just us performing our own act. But when you get the ones that don't, it's our job to step in. Hope this helps. Subscribe, like this if you enjoyed it, if you got something out of it. I sort of look like the likes on these videos as a tip jar. I hate asking for you to do anything. Because you'd never ask for a tip. I just feel like if you feel like you got something out of it, then awesome. Throw one down. Hammer the like. That's good for me. I'll take it, and I'll see you on the next video. I got a lot more coming. I'll see what, oh man, this weekend brings. I got another one, and it's going to be out in the heat. Be ready for it.